Welcome back to space,
We're
everyone.
in space.
Yes, and it's crazy. We're back. We
Are alive.
yeah, we're alive.
Moderately.
We had a stint of well, all of us has played CK2, so we know there's only one illness.
Yes.
And we are going to be back to our 2.2 game to take a look at some of the free features coming to you in patch 2.2 Le Guin. Is that how you say it?
That Le Guin.
Le Guin.
I think.
Great.
Sorry to her family if I got it wrong.
And if you were here on the stream, you saw that we have announced a release window for Stellaris Console Edition. And if you want to know this, you should go and check out youtube.com/paradoxinteractive.
Yeah, that's a nice looking trailer. I have not seen it before.
Haven't you? Oh, I mean, I see all the trailers every week, so I'm pretty happy about all the trailers we do. But yeah, so let's get back into Stellaris 2.2, which is not Console Edition.
Nope.
So, have we released today's Step Diary?
Yes, we have. It's about new technologies and like change technologies in 2.2, and you can also have penal colonies.
Ooh.
And tourist worlds.
Very cool.
So they're pretty cool.
I have not had time to check that out yet.
Yes.
Because I've been working on another Stellaris thing.
Yeah, that other one was Stellaris.
Yeah, the other one Stellaris thing.
Yeah. And I guess now we'll be playing some hot code.
Hot code.
Good old hot code.
Good old hot code. Oh, I've missed this.
You missed the hot code?
Yeah, I've missed the hot code.
Tired of cold code? Warmed over code?
Oh yeah, the green on my shirt is see-through.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever.
The chair is very far down. Oh well.
No, it's good. It looks like I'm taller than you for once.
Which is of course how it is in reality.
Yeah, no, I'm super tall.
Mm-hmm. Hundreds of meters.
Yeah. I actually can't fit in this room, which is why I'm sitting down.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes sense if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember. I believe that we found a lot of resources.
Yes, a lot of moats, I believe.
Yes, and we have the new outline organizer, which organizes things by sector.
Yeah.
And we have... Oh, this is not connected to the trade network. We should fix that.
Finally, we can show how to connect to the trade network.
Yep. So, it's actually, I'm not sure if it's collecting any trade right now, though.
It should from...
Let's see. It's got 0.2 trade. We'll send those amazing 0.2 trade over.
Yeah.
So, yep. And it's pretty simple. You basically choose the starbase that you want to send trade from. And you choose starbase that you want to send trade to. And then you make a route. And then there's a route.
Yeah.
And now trade is moving from Excelsior to Exodor, meaning it will arrive here, and there's already a bunch of pirates.
New technology.
Along the new trade road, there's
immediately pirates.
Ah.
You can prevent that by having some protection, which we are going to do. So I am going to construct a missile battery, which increases the protection range and protection power of the starbase, so it can stop the trade from being stolen here. Although right now it's not really worth it, so I'm mostly doing it for demonstration purposes. Having 0.2 trade stolen is... Oh, we had a tree. And we have amoebas.
Ooh.
Like our scientists.
So that gives missile batteries an additional strategic layer on top of just empowering your starbase.
Essentially the way it works is you need trade hubs to collect trade. And for every trade hub you can collect trade one system away. And you need defensive modules to protect trade. And for every defensive module you can increase the amount of trade you can protect and how far away. You can also protect trade by patrolling with fleets, which is the only way to actually reduce piracy, other than just basically what starbases do is to protect a certain amount of the trade so pirates can't take it because it's coming with armed escorts.
Yeah.
And there will be a patrol order which isn't done yet, so otherwise I would probably set a patrol between these two in order to deal with the pirates. Right. Did we colonize this yet? I don't think so. Alright, we don't have the resources.
So when is Stellaris getting VR? I can
That's a good question. When is Stellaris
pretty
getting
confident in saying probably never.
That seems like a shocking conclusion.
Knowing Shams.
I am somewhat shocked by this conclusion.
Yeah, knowing Shams' feelings on AI. Or AI, on VR.
On AI?
Yeah, on AI.
What's
And
with
AI
Shams?
is dumb. No, on VR, I could pretty clearly state that
Uh-oh.
we will not.
And here we have the new pirate system, which in the form of... So, because we had pirates there, they're not... I don't think they're really supposed to spawn on stealing like 0.2 trade. Actually, let's see how much they're stealing now. Right, open trade map mode. They are stealing...
All
yeah,
of the trade.
they're stealing 0.2 trade, so... They're based on so the way it works is that pirates will now, instead of just arbitrarily spawning outside your empire and attack you, they will spawn in systems where they have stolen a lot of goods. And in this case, they probably shouldn't be spawning from stealing 0.2 trade,
No.
but it's an idea of how it will work. Pirate fleets aren't just something that appears out of nowhere. It's something that happens if they get like powerful and wealthy enough that they feel confident enough to attack you.
So if you had no trade routes, you had no trading hubs,
You would not
nothing.
get any pirates because there would be nothing for them to steal.
You would also be losing out on a lot of money, but you wouldn't get
course.
any pirates.
That is correct.
And I just want to say that not only is this on hot code, it is also on a save that is 2 weeks old, and that might not sound like a lot to the people viewing, but 2 weeks in development is a long time.
A lot has happened in those 2 weeks. Let's just put it
So
like that.
things might be a little bit wonky. That shouldn't happen. We are still in development. Stop whining. So we have a question here about the reworking of achievements. The user in question, who I will leave them anonymous to protect their identity. Claims that some of them fell irrelevant or unrelevant, which is not a word, after some patches. Is there any plan to go back and look at some of the achievements, maybe retool them a bit?
That seems like a very vague question.
Yeah.
Maybe this extremely anonymous person could mention which specific achievements they're talking about.
Yes, or maybe they could go to the forums where they could get an even better answer. Words. I'm semi-good with them.
I mean, we're going to change some achievements based on the fact that the mechanics will be changing. Like, some achievements will have to change because they were based on old mechanics that don't exist anymore. But I don't think we have any major revamps planned other than that.
There are rumors of a dev clash. Care to comment?
I don't know what you're
My
talking
comment
about.
is yes.
But
There are
yes.
rumors about a dev clash.
Yes.
So you gonna make any decisions?
It's mostly looking. We have some new decisions in here where you can deal with population problems. So you can actually have population controls, which stops all growth on the planet, adds a bunch of immigration, and reduces stability. And you can expel excess population, which is if you're overcrowded, you can expel some of the pops and they become refugees.
That's interesting.
Yes, and all of this is controlled from a policy.
Hmm.
So we're adding a few more policies, especially to tie them into the faction system more and make their demands clearer. Which is the thing I talked about in the faction dev diary. Let's see. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet, I'm having to get reoriented with what I was doing
That's fine.
when we were last playing.
I'm just looking for any good questions.
Yes.
A lot of them I know I can't answer, so if we're not answering your questions, it might not be because we haven't seen them, it might just be because we can't answer them.
Or it might be because we don't like you.
I mean, yeah, sure, absolutely. If I saw, for example, you know, the letter C or someone,
Oh my god.
like a weird name,
No,
I would not answer that question.
you should never answer any questions asked by the letter C. It won't end well.
Like release date?
Alright. So, we should pick an ascension perk.
Oh.
What should we pick?
Do you have any...
I mean, Stellar Dominion is always good. Would let it expand faster. Imperial Prerogative is really strong now. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna have to nerf it.
So, will you do a quick recap on what administrative cap does?
Yeah, sure. So, First, I'm actually just going to take Install Dominion, but I'll talk about administrative cap. So administrative cap is the old system would have that for every colony and every system, basically you would get technology and unity penalties. And we have actually turned this into a system that's exposed for the player. We have something called empire size. It comes from districts, it comes from colonies, it comes from number systems. And if your empire size is over your administrative cap, you will get penalties. And most of the time you're supposed to be over your cap. You will never have enough cap to just expand across the entire galaxy. The idea though is that if you're for instance playing tall and you focus a bunch on admin cap and you have a small compact empire, you may be able to avoid penalties altogether instead of just getting lower penalties. And also that you'll understand when you'll be getting penalties. But it's not something where you're done something bad if you go over your administrative cap. That's why we don't have it go red or whatever, for example. And I'm actually thinking of changing those numbers to yellow. Because here's sort of a funny thing where we expose this information and suddenly lots of people playing Stellaris internally are coming and complaining about the penalties. Not because they didn't exist before, because they did, but now they can see them. And they're like, how can I avoid going over my empire cap? How can I avoid getting penalties? And I'm like,
you're not supposed to.
You're supposed to get these penalties because otherwise you would just have insane snowballing with technology and so on when you grow. But it's a little bit of a psychological thing where I agree. Having this tooltip blare red numbers at you doesn't feel very good. So I'm probably gonna see about changing them to yellow.
I think it's
this is game design.
This is game design. Implement something, have people complain, figure out what the actual problem is.
A lot of it is just like pure psychology and trying to figure out what will trigger a particular part of like a player's brain.
Do we have any psychology majors at Paradox?
Probably. I mean, we have like nuclear physicists and things like that. I'm sure there's at least one psychology major. I think we can encourage planetary growth a little bit.
Embrace negative modifiers. Yes, Groogy, indeed. Overflow negatively so it becomes positive. Yes.
I definitely didn't click anything there.
Oh, I had my head turned.
Yeah, you did. But so you missed it.
Yep, okay. I will have to rewatch the VOD when it's on youtube.com/paradox.
Yep.
Plan strategy.
Alright, let's see about expanding a bit more. I think we should see about getting... I keep thinking... basically, I keep thinking I'm gonna click the spaceport, because even though I played a lot of the new version, there's still these things that are just...
So ingrained.
Ingrained.
Yeah.
Yes. So we should get another scientist very soon.
I missed the name, but they had a brilliant solution for solving the color problem. Just make stars monochrome.
Yeah. Okay, sounds fine.
Yeah, let's do it.
I see no problem with this.
Construction online.
We need more alloys. We need more of everything, except minerals actually. We're pretty okay on minerals right now.
Did you say we need more allies?
No, alloys.
Alloys.
We're not in the allying type.
No, I was very confused.
We're more of the alloying type.
It's been 18 years, we haven't found a single other empire. We do need more allies though.
Yes.
I don't think
we need some more jobs.
Xenophile.
What do we need more? We definitely need more energy, so I should build a generator district. We're good on housing, we're good on food, we're good on minerals, but we can't really wait. So basically, this is a lot of like puzzle is figuring out the employment. I know I'm gonna get another building slot, but it's gonna be a while before I get there, so we're gonna have to build some districts.
Yep.
I'm thinking I will build this, and later I will get another city district. Because there's a lot of like city districts give jobs as well, and in the long term, we're going to want to turn our capital into a pretty urbanized planet to get the bonuses from that.
Yep.
But right now, you want the regular district, so yeah, resource production, avoiding unemployment, just generally making sure you make the maximum use of your population. And then later you can change it into a different kind of planet.
I tend to go pretty high on city districts because they give amenities.
That's true. Well, they give a little bit of amenities. Like 2 from a clerk.
Yeah.
Well, depends on if you have prosperity or not, in all fairness.
Yeah, I think in the game I'm currently playing, I have prosperity. Because I'm playing on fastest.
is a good 3. Do you always play on fastest and pause?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
No. Fastest, no pausing.
Wow.
I'm.
I guess this explains why you're not very good at the game.
I'm not good at video games. Period.
That's fair.
No, I play it faster than pause. But when I'm like just chillaxing, maxing all cool,
Yes.
shooting some b-ball in the Stellaris school, I do
Really?
I do play a lot. I do pause a lot less than if I'm trying to min max.
Or you could play at slowest.
Yeah, I mean that's like, let's spend 2 weeks on this and get to 22:19.
Yeah, maybe not. I like fast. I think I play so much multiplayer, I'm used to playing without pausing much. And unlike you, I'm not bad at the games. I don't try to play at fastest, not pause.
I mean, yeah, if I'm playing seriously, obviously I'm not playing fastest, no pausing.
Yeah, I getcha.
It was because like the most I've been playing over the last
Anomaly detected.
6 months have been like, I'm playing to learn to figure out the new mechanics, and so there's no need for me to pause because I'm not gonna like take this to end game.
I'm also detecting a visual bug here, which I will look at later.
Oh.
It's showing the wrong number of pops required for...
Construction online.
This should be 5 and this should be 35. So I will look at that once I'm done with the stream.
Construction online.
Okay. Yeah, not too much happening at the moment. It's more of a just expanding, seeing where we can get. We're hoping to get a little further with this campaign, but Office Plague.
Office Plague, indeed. It's going around. When autumn comes to Sweden, people, including myself, tend to forget that you need to retool into winter gear. Well,
Yeah.
autumn gear.
Well, there's that, but mainly just that all the kids are starting at like preschool and so on.
Oh, that.
And half the office have small children, so we're essentially exposed to like
Bacteria factories.
50 different little virus factories.
Oh well.
Oh well,
Yeah.
what can you do?
So we have a question here from DM Salzach.
That's a good name.
What's the difference between consumer goods and luxury goods? So consumer goods is one of the new.
Yeah, so luxury goods are gone.
Luxury goods are gone.
We rethemed luxury goods back into consumer goods because we wanted to be able to use them in the production of like research and so on. So consumer goods are both used by a population. Oh, not factory. And your culture workers and researchers and so on need it in order to produce basically like intellectual stuff. So it's both used for these things, and generally you need a lot of consumer goods if you want to be a like cultural and technological powerhouse, and also if you want your citizens to have a good life.
Yes.
New technology discovered.
On that note, we could consider distributing some consumer goods on our planet. I'm gonna go for more physics research, because our amenities aren't looking great. And this is called distribute luxury goods, even though it's consumer goods, because consumer goods, as you can see in the description, represent the various gadgets, luxuries, and goods necessary to give your pops a good life. Essentially,
Yes.
they are luxury goods as well.
Yeah.
And now we have a blinged tentacle.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so we got the odd factory, which has been reworked into, I believe, a planetary feature. You can see the odd factory here. And it gives an odd factory worker job, which produces 4 alloys.
That's pretty good.
It still suits our needs.
Yeah.
Just because an entire pop went missing is no reason to shut down this factory.
So how much does a metallurgist
2.
create? So that's twice as effective and costs.
I think it costs no minerals by the
Costs
looks
no
of it.
minerals.
That's really powerful, actually. Okay, so apparently it's full of traps.
It's still really good though.
We'll secure the location. You
Yeah.
seem like the kind of people who would secure a location.
It makes 4 alloys out of nothing, out of air.
We need to secure those alloys.
Yeah. And I mean, it is an odd factory.
It is pretty odd, I'll guarantee that.
It makes alloys out of time and space.
Construction online.
Precious moon.
Let's see. So,
Alright, so now we can show a thing where we have some trade value here in Ocent,
yeah.
but because our starbase only has one collection range, it actually can't reach this to collect it.
So the collection range, is that based on
The number of trading hubs. By default, a starbase...
sorry, is that based on the hyperlanes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one collection range is one hyperjump away, just
Mhm.
much like sensors and so on.
So base, if you have one, it will take from one
Yep.
around you.
So essentially it can collect in itself, which of course the default. It can
Yeah.
always collect in its own. It can collect here, it can collect there, and it can collect here. Now if I was to build another trading hub, which I'm actually going to do, it would also be able to collect here and so on.
Mhm.
And since this means we will not have any protection here, let's see, do we have any trade value in adjoining systems? Actually, just turn this on. We do not, so we don't really need a trade hub here. So I am gonna swap this trade hub and build a gun battery instead, or a missile battery.
Well, there you go.
And if we had hangar base, we could protect our trade even better, because they are excellent at that.
System surveyed.
Mm, mm, mm,
And
mm,
volatile modes.
So I think we answered this last time, but let's reiterate. You've changed ring worlds to be one big planet now instead of four sections.
No.
No.
We did not change
Okay,
that.
did not change it. Sorry.
They are larger now, they are 50... Oh,
Crystalline asteroids.
something isn't right.
Oof. 1K. It's not
Yeah,
too
I
bad.
think that's just a wandering amoeba though. But...
Okay.
And we have encountered someone. And also the Infinity Machine. Wow, we're encountering a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I see a lot of questions about Gestalt consciousness, and we are not going to be answering them today, but we might in a future video or a future stream, so keep them for then.
Yep. We did make a dev diary on a lot of the Gestalt consciousness things. So
System
I think if it's more a general question, then you can just go read back on the dev diaries.
Construction online.
Yes, I believe the question was how Gestalt work now.
Well, in that case, there's the dev diary specifically for how Gestalt work now. I don't
Mhm.
remember the number, but it's one of the planetary rework ones. So just look back for part 4, the planetary rework ones, and you will get the answer to how work Gestalt consciousness.
I had another question which I don't know the answer to. Ship upkeep.
Yep.
What is that based on now? What resources will that use?
It uses based on the components. I'll show you in a moment.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make a missile battery, and then I'm gonna go into the ship designer.
So it is complicated, is what
So you can see that these components cost alloys.
Mm-hmm.
What that means that they will add alloy upkeep. Everything adds energy upkeep
Mm-hmm.
to the ship, and they will also add the upkeep of the component of the resource you use to build them.
Okay.
So in our cases, all ships use energy and alloys, but there's some components that use other resources like dark matter or exotic gases or rare crystals. And if you add components with those, they will also have an upkeep, essentially representing maintaining and replacing parts on the ships.
Okay.
So it entirely depends on how you design your fleets and what kind of like advanced weaponry you want to be able to use and in what quantities.
Okay.
And of course, right now ships only cost minerals to upgrade, but that's not going to be in release. That's something, just a part of the economy system we haven't gotten around to reworking yet.
Yep.
Construction online.
Go. there, and there.
If you want to know more about the resources, I believe there's been a dev diary that is talking about the resources.
Yes.
And so you can go and check that out on forum.paradoxplaza.com.
Indeed. Like there were 4 entire dev diaries about the planetary rework covering a lot of resource-related things. So
All right.
if you haven't read those and you're asking questions, you really should go read those. They're not entirely accurate anymore because we redesigned some things, but
Yeah.
in broad strokes they are accurate.
It should give you a good understanding of what what we're aiming for.
Construction online.
Indeed.
And we have a lot of streams between now and the release of 2.2, so there's going to be a lot of time for you to see exactly how things work.
Project concluded. Situation
Fascinating creature.
updated.
Yeah, it was pretty sure it's a space amoeba over there. I can generally tell what it is nowadays based on the exact military power.
Discarded.
Okay, let's see. Oh, we have an alien crew. What do you think?
Oh.
Should we help them? Should we let them perish?
What kind of vampire are we? I forgot.
I mean, we're jerks, but we're not jerks like...
We're authoritarian. They are
We're
our
authoritarian
people.
materialist.
They are our people. We need to help them.
Diplomatic connections
I don't think they're our people, but
Oh,
they're aliens, actually. Oh, they're elves.
they're elves. The free tribes of Magyar. They look like...
And he immediately closed their... Oh, the Democratic Crusaders. Alright, then.
Whoops.
The Fire Tribes of Magyar.
Oh, the fire tribe, not the free tribes.
No,
That's very different.
it could be the Unfree Tribes.
Yeah.
Let's get inside the research.
I mean, that would be the very different. In fact, it would be the polar opposite of the free tribes.
That seems excessive.
anomaly detected.
Okay, so we found our first other empire, and they're over here. Meaning,
System survey.
if I was cared a lot about this campaign, I would very quickly go and lock down this whole cluster to get the Infinity
Yeah.
Machine to myself.
It's 5 trade power in that system there, in that choke
Yep.
point, and 7 energy.
Yeah, I kind of want to clear out this because there's 7 trade value.
Oh, that's really good. I didn't
And now you can
realize.
see that this trade value is in fact being collected and sent.
There you go.
So now this trade hub is receiving incoming trade out. It's reading 2.7 trade from Exelon, and there are no pirates
Yeah.
because our modules are
Mhm.
preventing them all. They're shooting missiles at all the pirates.
That's really good. I didn't realize that they did that. I'm gonna need to change how I play.
Yeah, and if you have more defensive modules, the protection range increases. So a fully outfitted citadel can protect a huge area.
Damn, that's awesome.
But it only protects up to a certain amount. So
Mhm.
if you have a trade route where it's going 100 value or something, you're probably gonna need to patrol it.
Okay. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna make the entire stream chat cry.
Oh, no.
Just don't have time for this. Listen, we didn't have time for it.
Will people be able to mod the trade routes so that we can see ships traveling between them like this living systems mod?
That's kind of outside. I mean, you could do it with the, you could probably detect where the routes are,
Yeah.
but to build a whole system out of that would be outside the range of modding. It would be a super cool thing. I would love to do it.
Yeah.
Just no promises on whether we will.
I think the living systems mod creator can probably figure something out.
Yeah, it should
It's an
be.
impressive mod.
Yeah, I mean, you can just look for one Starbase with a module and with a trade route and send it to another Starbase trade route.
Yeah.
Gotta get some research grants.
It's one click. You have time.
I have no time.
System charge.
Listen, I wanted to click the option of ignoring that for the first time ever. I have never clicked it before.
Oh. Yeah, I usually never click to ignore anything.
I've occasionally clicked to ignore the zoo collection line because when I know
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's gonna end up requiring me to go to war to get the animals and so on. At some point we should really improve that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, same otherwise.
Yes, edicts and policies are now in different menus.
Yes, they have been split.
Because there's a lot more of them.
Especially, at least policies.
Yeah.
We want to be able to fit more policies, and it was already kind of a scrolling nightmare, so...
What, you don't like sliders?
I love sliders.
Yeah, so why aren't you putting everything in... Sorry.
You know what, right? You're right. Instead of having options, we just have one slider.
Yeah.
And the policies is few or lots.
Yeah. It's a slider that goes from on off.
No,
Basically.
it goes from few policies to lots policies.
Oh, okay. It's a good slider. Just
Forget all the like individual options, just one slider.
no customization. We look, we want to make this an easy to get into game.
Yep.
So it's sliders with a couple of notches. And it's very
Actually,
gradual.
no, I should get robots and show how they work. There we go. And everything is going fine on our colonies right now, I would say. Like, all the important things will appear as little notifiers here. Maybe we should colonize something more.
So on the greeting event, when you meet another empire, will there be any effect from the answer you pick? And the answer is not
No.
in 2.2.
Perhaps
In the
one day.
future, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Anomaly detected.
Are anomaly survey detection going to be the same? It is to my understanding that when a system is surveyed by another empire, AI or player, if you then survey it, you won't be able to find anomalies.
That is correct, and there is very good reasons for that. It's probably never going to change, in all honesty, because it will require completely reworking the anomaly system. The problem is, if two people can detect on the same planet, and one of them locates like the resource, let's say they find 10 minerals,
Yeah.
and then another comes by and finds an anomaly that changes the resource, then suddenly you can end up with resource in your space changing without warning. You might have a mining station on the planet that suddenly have an engineering deposit instead of minerals, and there's a lot of issues like that. It doesn't work, and I don't see that it's something we will honestly ever change in Stellaris 1.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we should get. I'm feeling domination.
Okay. So LiveSeeded asked if the Stellaris console version, or console edition, sorry, will be playing on Stellaris 2.2, and it will not.
No.
I believe it's on 1.7 on
Yes.
release.
I do have time to watch the Moon Impact. I just don't have time to do something irrelevant
Yeah,
like,
yeah, absolutely.
you know, the Infinity Machine.
So you were talking about a new patrol function for trade trade
Yes.
routes. So how does that work? Will it have a fleet patrol along the trade route, or?
So the way it will work is that you basically give your fleet an order to patrol a particular trade route, and they will go back and forth, and fleets reduce piracy in any system they're currently in.
Okay.
So they will, go through, reduce the piracy, come back, etc. The order is essentially just to keep moving back and forth along a route, but it works just as well if you manually patrol, which you shouldn't do because it's terrible, but that's the gist of it.
I like the micro. Okay.
Of course.
New technology discovered. System chart.
There's so much trade value over here.
Yeah.
Construction
And a trade hub, I think.
Yeah, putting one in.
Those guys are still in the way. Let's see about getting some more corvettes.
There you go. Might makes right.
Yeah, of course. What else would?
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause nothing else rhymes with right,
Yeah.
except fight,
Fight that's not.
which comes when you use might to make right.
Yeah, but fight makes right. I don't think that's grammatically correct in the first place.
No, but might makes right via fight. It's not grammatically correct, but I like it.
But it is terrible.
Oh, it's
Just
not
like
grammatically
you.
correct, but it is terrible. Oh my god, wow.
Sorry.
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Uh,
In that particular case, though, harsh but fair.
you know what? Yes. James Twitch 88 asks, crime isn't a big issue in this playthrough yet. When does it really start kicking in?
I mean, it depends. So far, we don't really have any crime, but it also has to do with having a good ruler and so on.
Yeah.
But it mostly starts kicking in either if your population is unhappy, like for instance you have a lot of slaves,
Yep.
or if your population starts getting big. It's different. You have to deal with it different amounts depending on like what your empire looks like. It might never be a worry if you're focusing a lot on keeping your population happy, not having the most densely populated worlds ever, or if you have police. But yeah, it's hard to say. But it's definitely let me guess, Marauders.
Ah.
But
Whoops.
it's definitely been an issue in playthroughs. Like people have told me about the crime syndicates taking over their planets and so on.
Oh no. That's awesome.
Anomaly detected.
Actually, I guess we could just, if people want to see an idea of what it might be a little bit like.
Oh.
You know what? You're not allowed to work as a police anymore. I'm firing all the police.
Okay. Still 0% crime. No, 20%.
No,
Sorry.
I just needed a little
Yeah,
time
sorry.
to recalculate. So now I have an unemployed police officer who is very sad.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, you have some ways to like, the numbers here are a little wacky, but you know, non-final numbers and all that. But you actually have some special decisions when crime happens. So for instance, you can stability plus 30. Oh, anyway, you can choose to negotiate with like crime lords, strike a deal with them. You can launch an anti-crime campaign, and there's various crime events. These numbers are wacky, so I'm gonna have to look at them. But you get the idea. Is that there's different ways to deal with the crime. In this particular case, I guess since I outlawed all the police, it would be pretty logical that I would negotiate with the crime lords. Yes, who is going to enforce the fact that being a cop is now illegal? That is the army, okay? The army.
Yeah. It's a very good point.
That is a very good point.
No cops. Damn, how do we enforce this? I just noticed someone has spilled something on this keyboard. Why do people... I was gonna say, why do people bring open containers into my studio and then I see the Martin sitting here with a glass?
Because I'm thirsty. And also
Bring a bottle
seems like a bad idea.
with a lid.
Yeah, bring me a bottle with a lid.
No.
I appreciate the offer.
No, we won't ban people for asking when the release date is. We just won't tell you.
Yeah, we just won't answer.
Yeah.
I can announce though, it's not gonna be in 2024.
It's not gonna be in 2024.
I think.
Sweet.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Leaked information.
So it's coming out 2025 then.
Hurry and post it on Reddit for all that karma.
Blondie promoting drinking on the job. No, I was against drinking. It's Martin that wants to drink water.
I am in fact pro-water. I do like drinking water. I'm not sure why you're coming out with the position of being against drinking water, but I feel it's a little too radical for
Look,
me.
it tastes bad. I like soda. You know, as quite a hefty guy, I shouldn't say that because I think people will believe me. I drink a lot of water. Colony development speed is a nice tech.
Yep.
I like it.
That reminds me, I was gonna colonize this place.
So if I nerve staple all my slaves, will they produce any crime?
Nope,
Nope. There you go.
they will not.
Because they will be very happy.
It will be... Well, no.
Well,
They won't be happy, they just won't be sad.
yeah. Which, God, that is. I mean, that is depression.
There is
so-
nothing. They are nothing. but they work.
Construction online.
A question here about Hoi 4. I think you should go back to yesterday and ask questions about Hoi 4.
Supercorp. This gives me a chance to look at I believe the enclaves have been changed now.
Yes.
So the trader enclaves, previously they would trade for like minerals and food and all that, but obviously that's kind of redundant now that you have the market. So what they do instead is that each one is specialized in selling a particular kind of rare resource, like exotic gases and whatnot. And they sell it at a pretty good price. So you can buy, 5 exotic gases for 50 energy credits per month, for instance. And they can also... Oh, that didn't take me back. And if you have 50 opinion with them, they can give you a like special governor with trade-related traits, so you can get leaders from them.
Interesting.
Also, you can build a special Starbase building if you control their systems, very much like the others.
Yeah. OX Light here, this is Stellaris. You should see it below the stream, even if you're on Mixer.
Wait, what is this game again?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it before. It's new to me. Tis new to you. I need to watch The Tempest. I feel like I don't have enough Shakespeare in my life.
That's fair. Actually, gonna see about selling some minerals. We do have a lot of minerals right now. Buying some alloys. We need more alloy production.
So here we have a question for something that is unlikely to come in 2.2, but maybe for the future. Would we be able to have a way to choose our empire's starting policies, as opposed to having to change them when we get in-game, and then wait years before we can change them again?
There's no such thing planned. It might be at some point in the future, but honestly, I don't know. It would also be kind of a difficult thing. Because the problem with that is that like the game simulation is not in place until you're in game, which means we would have to basically create an entire like fake game state to track what you can and cannot do. So we're probably talking like, I would estimate a month of work to do that.
Ooh, that's a lot.
So
it's a lot of work.
it's one of those things where yes, that would be great if our game was coded in such a way that it wasn't extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So I would characterize it as unlikely.
Construction online.
No, we'll put it in Stellaris 2, coming 2200.
Yeah, seems good.
Yeah, it's the start year of Stellaris.
Yeah,
so
I mean, we can't release before then.
No.
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of DLC going all the way up to then.
So we have someone asking for a Starbase Manager for when you have a lot of Starbases, similar to the Fleet Manager, because they find scrolling through the outliner to be a...
Yeah, no current plans for it, but we're gonna see if we can at least improve the outliner a bit.
There you go.
New technology discovered.
So, I actually wanted this trade value, so I'm gonna set up a trading hub, and I'm gonna set up
Construction online.
like a missile battery. Yeah, and a trade route. Same and a trade routes.
Initiating
And now I'm actually gonna send trade from this starbase, the new one, to the other starbase. Meaning that the trade will go like this, like this, like this, and like this.
So why should you do that instead of just sending it directly to Exidor?
I mean, mainly it would go the same path anyway, so it's kind of not relevant, but in this particular case, but it's also so that you can get a predictable route on it, and you know when you need to protect it.
Okay.
And also longer routes are going to get more piracy. Or at least that's our idea. We haven't really implemented that yet, and we're still experimenting with it, but it's likely at least.
Yeah.
So it will be advantageous to like route via other star bases. I want destroyers. I like destroying things. Mostly the hopes of people asking questions in the chat.
Yeah. It's what we do. We crush your dreams.
Yes.
Your dreams of space.
You should thank us for it.
Nomiko07, we answered that earlier. No rework planned for First Contact.
Not at the moment. It's one of those things that I'd like to do it sometime, but the question of when we can fit it in.
Yeah. People are blaming me for Stellaris adding in things that are in EU4, like trade routes.
Yeah.
Because I've been into EU4 lately.
I mean, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the
You just went over
guy.
to EU4 and you took the feature.
Yeah.
And you went up to Jake and you opened his desk and just took out the feature, and then you went over and you put it into Stellaris.
Yeah,
Because that's how you make games.
Yeah. It's tactile programming, it's called.
Yep.
Also, when you cut and paste, literal scissors.
Do you know what else we stole from EU4? Look, we have a save game button.
Wow, that was not what I was expecting something completely different there.
No, it's kind of a funny thing, honestly, where it's like, if a feature is remotely similar to a feature in another game, it'll be, oh, they just copied this feature from this game.
Yeah.
Literally, pretty much any feature in any game ever is by those standards copied, but that's sort of how the creative process works.
Yeah.
And it can even be things where it's like, we have a feature called, let's say, A,
Yeah.
and it's called the same as a completely different feature in a completely different game in a completely different genre.
Yeah.
And people are still like, they just took that.
Yeah, like trade routes.
Yes. I mean, trade routes, they have a similarity to E4, absolutely, but they're also quite different in the sense of how they are routed, their dynamic, etc.
They are still trade routes.
But we didn't sit down and go, we want the EU4 trade system.
Yeah.
We sat down and we were like, okay, we want a system by which you have to set up trade routes in your empire and protect those.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make money by doing so. And where you have to invest in sort of exploiting the civilian economy. And then we design features based on that. And I'm sure, we drew some inspiration from EU4 subconsciously, because that's how it happens. But it is like people imagine where it's like, oh, we need another feature. What features does EU4 have?
Station under attack.
Also, you should stop.
Why are people messing around with my computers?
I don't know.
We can't show this, but that is a funny joke that I'm gonna delete.
Also, you should stop copying features from EU4 into the game.
Yeah, sorry. I'll have IT revoke my copying machine privileges.
Good. Yes, that's how it works.
Yeah.
You go to the copying machine and you copy the feature.
Yeah. No, cut and paste. It uses a scissor and pastes.
Mm-hmm.
And the copy, you take the thing to the copy machine, put it down, bam, print out a new copy, and then you put it into Stellaris, and
I
we
don't
win.
know how else it would work.
Yeah.
Construction online.
Oh. See.
It's a slight shame that this campaign isn't really gonna go anywhere, because we have a really nice chunk of space.
I mean, you can just get the save and continue playing on your own.
I could. Maybe I will.
Frozen Yakman says, I'm a software engineer and works the same in business software.
I could, but I turned down the Infinity Machine.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't.
You screwed yourself. Oh.
Well, possibly. Listen, I got to click that option. It's the only time in my entire life I will get to click that option.
Kenkin244 asks why we hate puppies. I'm paraphrasing, because there are no puppies in Stars.
Oh.
Well, actually there is, with Distant Stars. It's not a...
Oh yeah, it's
not
kind of a puppy.
Ca
It's an amoeba puppy.
Canis, I believe, is the common dog.
Construction online.
Make a blondie system with middle-aged...
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Bubbles being kind of a puppy.
No. Space Amoeba. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bubbles.
And you can name it Zeke.
New technology discovered.
Yes, you can. Can you name it Canis?
I don't think so. Actually, no, I don't think so.
Fair.
So, someone who knows Latin, please tell me the scientific name of dogs. Can we get Chirpy in Stellaris? we're getting some crossover here now.
Sherpy is already in Stellaris though.
Is he?
Yeah, if you are logged into your Paradox account, you get the Sherpy portrait.
Oh yeah.
Engaging hostile fleet.
So if you're not logged into your Paradox account, I don't know why, because you could be playing as Sherpy.
Oh yeah, Canis Familiaris. And then people, Woof Puppers, Dogus, Doge,
I think it's the Dogus one.
Canis Domesticus, Canis Lupus Familiaris, Canine Doge. I created something terrible here.
Yeah.
And just someone who says canine. Which is bunny in Swedish.
Yes.
Or rabbit.
So I'm gonna replace the luxury residence actually with a gene clinic, which essentially adds a medical worker job. I don't think we have mentioned it before, so I can show it up a little bit. So the gene clinic, already done, but basically medical workers add amenities and they add pop growth speed.
Ooh.
They're a really nice building to build like at the start of a new colony.
Yeah.
I mostly just built these because alloys. I want alloys.
I should make sure I build those because I themed the game I'm playing right now. I themed it. I called the race and empire breeders, and I think you can figure out what the theme is. Just as many pops as possible.
Yes.
So whenever there's like pop growth speed, I'm like, yes, do it.
Get all the pop growth speed. Did you get Xeno compatibility?
Which one is that?
It's the Ascension perk that's not actually done yet.
Oh no. Well,
But
actually
it
no.
gives pop growth speed, but it's supposed to do another thing.
No, I think I did. Yeah, I think that was my first one. I was like, yes, this is the one.
It also has an amazing explanation.
The invention of universal sexual biology has revolutionized society, even if it sometimes requires awkward rotations to make a connection. Whoever the content designers that wrote that, kudos.
Yep.
Kudos.
I'll have to make sure they have to find out who wrote it and go.
Yes.
It's very good.
You
Very wholesome.
after this, you and me both go upstairs and just go. No explanation and just leave. Actually, you're on this floor now, right?
Yep.
Sweet.
Which is actually kind of funny because not last week, but 2 weeks ago, I was going to the streaming studio.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, went out into the stair house and I went down to the 5th floor, and then I was like,
Why can't I
Oh.
get in here?
yeah, right. That's wrong.
This is not
So I
even
had
our
to go
office.
back up.
Oh. The things you just get used to doing them, as we talked about earlier.